March for Europe. I just want to bring back a young lady who created a march last Saturday, and I'd like to bring her back, Billy Porter. Massive applause, please.
Hello again. I'm very flattered to have been asked to speak a second time, but maybe ill-prepared. So I just want to elaborate on some of the thoughts that Bob was talking about in his speech, about the polarization in the votes in terms of the older generation voting to leave and the younger voting to remain. Obviously, many young Remainers feel they were robbed of their future in Europe, and their decision has been made by people who won't necessarily have to live with the consequences. You may or may not agree with that sentiment, but one thing is certain: millions of people our age, by not voting, deprive themselves of an opinion either way. Almost more disappointing than the youth turnout itself is the backlash and snobby attitude that's been summoned in many people as a result of the figures. I feel like the young people of Britain are being unfairly and cruelly painted as a bunch of lazy Kevin and Perry mouth breathers with no one taking responsibility for why the level of engagement here is so low. Since I started this march last week, so many people got in touch with me online saying, well, if young people really cared about their future, then they would have gone out and done something about it. And I refuse to agree. I think we all care about our future, and it's the fault of the people in power here that people have lost faith in politics. If they really cared, they would have bothered to go out and vote, seems to be the general rhetoric of our disappointed elders. But it's no wonder that with such an unempathetic generalization and a low expectation of people our age who have been shortchanged, that we're not inspired to go out and involve ourselves in matters. I myself has never been particularly vocal or even overly engaged in politics. And if I'm honest, that's due in part of a fear of saying the wrong thing. Last Friday, after the Brexit results came in, I finally felt like it was time for me to do something, and I overcame that fear. And I just want to say to young people, yeah, politics is complicated. And we're all misrepresented. I'm misrepresented, and I'm a white 24-year-old middle-class Guardian reader, and I don't look at the government and feel like I have any faith in them whatsoever. If that's how I feel, then how do people from my mum's hometown in Hull, how does an unemployed young girl my age, whose life will remain difficult, Brexit or no Brexit, what's going to motivate them to get involved in politics? I think that's a real question we all have to ask here. We all feel so spirited. We've come out here to fight for what we believe in. There are loads of people who feel like their fight means nothing, like their opinion doesn't count. And with that in mind, I'm trying to organize a series of talks around the country, focusing on areas where there are the least graduates, focusing on areas with the poorest youth turnout to go and speak to them and find out why. We can't make memes of them online, making fun of them, implying that they don't understand what's going on. It's cruel. It's not fair. And we must include everyone in this conversation, not just us privileged Londoners. I was embarrassed by the petition to have London be its own independent state. That's the same snobby attitude that people had when they voted for Brexit. Britain is not better off out of Europe.